What's up, Internet? It is now day 3 of Bomber Week. We are playing some Bomberman Hero. We just finished Planets Bomber and Primus. We're going to skip through the opening cutscene. I believe the next one is Kanatina. Or, yeah, pretty much. So let's go to it. Now, this is the planet of both fire and desert levels, but it also has probably the coolest Bomber Marine level as well. But let's watch this story and see what happens. He has a life meter. Like I'd like to think that's Bomberman saying his life meter is getting low because that's a functional mechanic of the next couple levels. But it was Piebot's sound effect. So who was saying that? Or perhaps Bomberman ate Piebot temporarily and then, I don't know, threw him up? I don't know. I love the very poncy walk cycles all these characters have. That's fantastic. Well, the face doesn't look like much on Bomberman. Bomberman 64, the original one, was actually really terrible. Because, it was, like a separate plane put on Bomberman's face. So he had like a round face, and then he had like a flat, little plane put onto it for his actual, like, face bits. It was a very bizarre thing, and they used that sort of Doom style of having a 2D plane to represent a 3D image several times in that game. Like, there was a boss made of a bunch of spheres that were just comprised of those. But this is the first level, which is kind of cool. You're entering you're entering the big volcano. And it actually reminds me a little bit of a level in Blast Corps where you had to use your giant jetpack mech in the volcano without hitting any of the walls. That level sucked, but it's really fun here. Okay, now, as you can see, my health is slowly fading. So now we have to hop in these little refresh chambers and we get healed. It's a little annoying to have to do this, but at the same time, we effectively have infinite health as well, so it hardly matters. There. Aww. But it's okay, because infinite health to help prove my point. Thank you, big spiky jerk. And now you're gonna die for doing that again. There's a big rock turtle thingy. And to kill these guys, you have to actually, like, throw the bomb inside them and hit their little center gem. They're a pain in the ass. But, now we need the wall through item, which we now have. And we are continuing the tradition of getting the lowest score possible because I can't be asked. I wonder if I can get a clear score of, like, just once. Maybe I'll try that this one. That's not my goal. I want to have a clear score of just all ones. Okay, how do I... If you destroy the dam, the box will disappear, revealing the item inside. Oh, right. And then I believe there's a second level in here as well if you destroy enough dams. I like the nice elevator music. And that'll destroy the dam. Oh no! Yeah! Haha. Broken refresh chambers. They're awesome. I don't know why they scatter so much health around here. It's like it's only in these levels and you have these refresh chambers. Now I don't think you can actually cheese it and get in there behind the waterfall. No, you can't. That is functionally a physical wall, which is kind of lame. Because I actually really like trying to find ways to get through levels as fast as possible. Like, I'm not really a speedrunner, but I do enjoy the practice of it. I think it's a really cool thing to do, and I love trying, but I'm just awful at it. Like, every time I see a speedrun with a new technique, I always try and do it, but half the time I can't and stuff. There's another health thing. And I know there's a way to get around that lava fall. Whoa, trap box. Well, let's go see if that cleared up the lava fall, because we did just get rid of all the... Yep, there it is. So I think that's how you get through that exit, is just... 1! Awesome! I'm so super jazzed about this. I now have a challenge. Oh. Wrong level. I have to go back and get the other one now. And I think this is one of the levels that you get to use the final piece of bomber gear we haven't got to use yet, too, which is neat. And the next world is the world that has... oh, crap. Is, of course, following the fire world, you have to have an ice world. No, no, no. Aww. I really hate that loud screeching effect when you die. It's really not very fun to listen to, but, so, what's been going on? Well, before I put this live, I, finished cutting together day 2, as that's what I do, is I kinda, just before I work on the next one, I'll just publish, or, finish the first one anyway. And then I'll upload it, and then it'll get published. But, that's happening. I've been thinking about, TV talk from last episode, talking about Beast Wars and stuff that I've been watching over. And I actually stumped myself on something I, remember watching probably in late high school, I think it came out. It was a weird sort of pseudo-American anime type thing. Like, it had both American animation and Japanese animation. And it was this cartoon about this, like, kid actor who thought he was, like, a real big shot, but he couldn't act to save his life. Oh, and, false floors. And now you gotta figure out your way through. That's fun. But, he thought he was some big shot actor, but he couldn't act to save his life, and somehow he gets, he wins a contest which casts him as the lead in Japan's biggest anime. So he's surrounded by all these, Japanese actors who are done in the anime style, and as such they've got like all these anime cliches, like they do that whinging eye thing, and like they'll do a ton of like Japanese anime cliches, like their character bodies will like gain size and stuff to like indicate some sort of slapstick humor or whatever. And a running joke is the fact that he's constantly trying to do all of these Japanese animation cliches, and he just can't because he's American animated. And, oh, what is that show called? That show is fantastic. Like, it was just cheesy and dumb, and something about that was just fantastic. What is that? That's gonna bother me forever. Oh, crap. What was that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Kappa Mikey. That show was awesome. I wonder if I can get some DVDs of that or something, because I would love to watch that again. Okay, this is telling me to jump and get the bomb, so I did. And I probably just got myself a 2. Crap. I don't want a 2, I want to get all 1s. Okay, well, if I can't get all 1s this time, I'm getting all 1s next time, or something. Although, to do that, I will have to stall like hell on the boss, so maybe I won't, maybe not on bosses, but everywhere else I'm gonna try and get all 1s. Oh. Oh, well, I get to reset my score, I think. Yes! Alright. Let's see if I can get a 0. I'm gonna try not to fall through the hidden floor. Not attack the enemies. Now it's a challenge run. Although it was already a challenge run with my ganked controller. Whoa. I love setting up dumb challenges. That's fun, too. Aw, that was worth points. I was hoping that just healed me. Is it this world or the next one? I want to say it's this one that introduces the first, one of the new bomb types, which is, well, you'll see, they're pretty terrible, though. Oh, I don't want that, no. Yeah, 50 points out of 5,000. 1! Awesome. Playing by golf rules now. Now, Emerald Tube, which I believe is the intro to the final piece of bomber gear, which we only get to use twice. And I still love this, this animation, but this is the bomber slider, which is the hoverboard of death. Although there is a bonus mission you can do that has this, which is kind of neat. Although it's just a reskin of a previous level. Change! Bomber slider! Also, you got that cool, 180, or whatever. I don't, skateboard. Like, seriously, I don't skateboard, I don't snowboard, I never have. I did own a skateboard at one point for like a month, but all it existed to do was, a thing I fell on at one point on my back, and that really hurt. I've played pretty much all of the Tony Hawk games except for Ride, and I hate all of them except for American Wasteland. American Wasteland, that one was special because that one at least had like the theme of building a world around you based on what you did. Even if it was just a dumb little skate park. I really respect that. But really the only extreme sports quote-unquote game I've ever played that I've ever really enjoyed was Jet Set Radio, which I love the shit out of. Although, my introduction to it was actually, I watched someone play Jet Set Radio Future on someone's Xbox. And I didn't know what that was. It wasn't until like 10 years later actually I learned that was Jet Set Radio. And now I want to get a copy of Jet Set Radio Future. Oh, it's one of the bosses. It's the boss to the next world, kind of. Yep, it's the boss to the next world, kind of. And there's the boss to the next world, kind of, as well. Because there's a pink cat lady and a cyclopean robot. Also, that shadow is really paper thin. Anyway, we are now captured, and we're stuck in this death temple. Yes, we are very trapped, despite there being a hole big enough for you to kick a bomb through and activate the switch to get out. So they really need to work on their traps. And that's the exit. Whoa! I kind of like these guys, the big rolly hand dudes. They're cool. Although they have a very annoying sound effect. It's just like, and it's loud, especially if you're listening to this through headphones. Game's over. Continue again. I wonder how many times we're gonna have to see that per episode. Anyway, Death Temple. I can skip that this time. Skip. Now let's activate this and get out of this really poorly designed jail. Who designs a jail like that? Seriously. And I'm gonna actively avoid every power-up I can. Oh. Yeah. Now, if I recall correctly, there's some level skips you can do in this level. Like, you can hop from one platform and skip like half the level, I think. Ooh, that was a little dicey. But, let's see. Jump, 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 and those, some of those heads will grow bigger and just jet out and kill you. That'll heal you to full, but I'm going for 0 score, because why not? And I will plant a bomb, and I'll jump, and I want that wall pass. And that's, that mural in the background is some foreboding stuff. That may or may not be relevant later, but it totally is. Oh, this is gonna give me points, isn't it? Crap. So much for a 0 score. I was doing so well, too. I almost had a perfect score, and then that stupid mandatory pickup gave me 50 points. Okay, and then we gotta go back and do Death Road again, which... I know one of these levels has a really neat sort of, garden area. I really like that. I remember really liking that level. Oh, jump. So now this time we won't take that, jump to the side and take that teleporter, instead we'll just go the regular way. Haha, and I didn't die that time. Let's see if I can do it. Aw. Okay, I'm gonna try and make that jump. That time I did not actually press the button. That was on me. I want to see if I can skip that though, because I love finding stuff like that. Yeah. So thinking a little bit about Kappa Mikey for reasons I don't understand, though I couldn't remember its name. That was a really dumb and funny show. I think it only had like 1 season, which is a little bit sad. Aww. Jump! Yeah! Knew there were some skips I could employ. And I'm gonna... 50 points. Well, I didn't beat my record. You can actually go over the max score and still get 5, but you can only do that in certain levels and it's tough. Okay, this level. I remember this level. I don't care for this level very much. Uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. Oh, I'm gonna have to blow up that bomb anyway, so it won't matter. I can't get a 0 score. Jump. I'm gonna get a 0 score somewhere. These guys are kind of neat, and you don't ever see them again, so take it all in. That alarm sound effect is very stock, I think. I've been thinking about... Oh, I never noticed, but I really like those blinking eyes on the sides. Those are kind of neat. I've been thinking about hopping onto my Wii and recording some... Whoa, that was close. Grab. Thinking about recording some more Gotcha Force footage, because I'm actually out right now. Because I record about 5 episodes at a time for Borg. And I'm actually out right now. And while I do that, I think I'm going to record footage from 2 other games for clips for a thing I want to do for review. I've been planning since July, actually. But there's a dumb little idea I had that I want to try. This is the cool garden level, I think. There's one of those neat dancey guys. And one of those super happy barrel guys. Now, this level has enemies that are hidden. And they're big dancy plants. And I'm going to get points every time I blow up one of those boxes, so I'm going to avoid it whenever possible. Jump, climb, jump. Aw, jump. Oh, and I get points for the key, too. Lame. Okay, well, we got 3 more pieces of key to find. Maybe we can do it without grabbing too many bonus points and raising our rank to 2. I had not planned on doing a minimal points run. I've sort of fallen in love with the thing I said on the fly at the end of the last episode, trying to do this with the lowest score possible. Now, if you kill the red one, the 2 purple ones die. I don't think you can hurt the purple ones yourself, though. Those things grow. Oh, they can't hurt you because it's too high up. Oh. Oh. Well, I tried. Whoa. Jump. Jump. Whoa. This would work a lot better if I had a controller that worked properly. Jump. And my second N64 did not come with a N64 controller. It came with a GameCube controller, which was weird. But, oh. That's so bullshit. Yeah, my second N64 came with a GameCube controller, a big bright orange one, which I've never seen an orange GameCube controller, so that was kind of neat. Of course, I had to clean them both off, because I don't know how this happened. I think, as someone told me, a landlord across the street from my house apparently had someone who wouldn't pay their rent, so he basically just took all their stuff and chucked it and, like, evicted him. I don't know this or anything, but all I know is one day I went to take out the trash, and right next to my trash can was a bag that was, like, wide open and just had, like, an N64 and a monitor and a GameCube controller sticking out of it, so I'm like, okay. Well, I've got this, and now, like, 5 dozen computer mice for reasons. And they were all wired, too, which is weird, but, I've got plenty of computer mice. I am not short on them. Not that I really need them, but I could have used an N64 controller. That would have been really helpful, but now I'm dead again. Death counts, or game over count 2 this episode, I guess. But we're almost halfway there. I remember the last couple episodes, levels of this world are kind of neat because they're interconnected in a weird way. And I think there's another pair that are actually coming up that are interconnected as well, which I really like. Because not many of these levels seem physically interconnected with one another. They just seem like things that would be kind of in the general area of one another, but maybe not connected in any way, shape, or form, like we were in a pyramid, so now we're in a pyramid garden kind of thing, you know. But there's no real explanation for it. Next couple levels, there is an explanation. Or at least the final area in the game there is. Or final area of this planet there is. As well as another one in this world, I believe. Unless it's next world, in which case I'm a big liar. Jump. Jump. But, Bomberman Hero. This was a nice game. I don't know why everyone dumps on it as much as they do. I mean, yeah, it's not multiplayer. Yeah, it's not a puzzle game. But it's a perfectly fine platformer. Assuming your controller works properly anyway. Is there anything under these boxes? I think one of these actually does have a key to it. Jump. Boom. Key. Knew it. So I gotta get that other one though. And run all the way back. That's the biggest problem with vertical scrolling, and I said this in Excalibur. Vertical scrolling is bad. Look, if you're a new indie developer who's doing that whole retro thing where you're going to make a platformer, don't make vertical scrolling. It's awful. It's awful, and if you screw up, then you have to spend 5 minutes getting back to where you are, and no one enjoys that. Also, make sure you've got your controls down. That was another serious problem Excalibur had. So that thing just controlled like ass. Which is a shame, because it was pretty stylish. There we go. And we got 1! Yeah, perfect streak so far on this planet. Okay, I know this level, so I'm just going to give you a warning right now. You might want to turn off your speakers until the next level, because there are tons of these alarm guys, and they pretty much go non-stop. God, I hate that sound. I kind of like this level, though. Flying up with a bubble. Grab another bubble, float up. It's kind of like, Tengu Man's stage from Bomberman, or Bomberman, Mega Man 8. That was a cool game. And these are power-ups that don't give you points. Although they get cancelled out, apparently. Oh, and you can't hit anything or you pop. I remember that too. That sucks. Oh, this really hurts my head listening to this. Ad hoc bomb. Oh, I was hoping the exit was over there. No, I'm not grabbing that ad hoc bomb. I'm gonna go for 0 points. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And I think there's a gate on that, so I'm gonna have to hit this switch. And try not to blow myself up, which is a very tricky thing to do, and I'm glad there's no actual theoretical wall there to kill me. Gotta avoid that. Gotta be real careful. Oh, there's the exit, but it's locked, I think. Oh. Come on. Oh, yep, it's locked. Which means we have to go up yet again, I think. Nope. Oh, that's killing my ears. Booyah! 0 points, perfect score. Who's the man? I am. And welcome back, because I know you turned off your audio because you're a good listener. Now this is one of the interconnected levels. There's this big spiky death pit, and I'm so proud I got 0 points on that last one, actually. That's a perfect score. Anyway, this is one of the interconnected levels I told you about. The next one will be physically connected to this, and I believe there's actually a small cutscene for it the first time you played. And it is the super cool Bomberman level I was mentioning. If I'm not getting my levels confused, and I really don't think I am this time. Jump. Whoa. Maybe I'll do that next Bomberman Hero. Bomber Week is just try and get a 0 score run or something. Oh, that'll be impossible, like, try. Anyway, that's the exit. There's 2 big flamey pillars, but you can't hit it yet, so you have to make that big tank up there. You have to make that explode. and fled the tank. Yes! 2 for 2. And now we are out of the big spiky death pit, because we just flooded the big flamey entrance, or exit. But now we have to get through there with the Bomber Marine, in the coolest Bomber Marine level, I think. Yet again, skipping the entire opening of the transformation sequence, I guess not to make it boring. I love that voice clip. I change! Yeah, I think it's cool. Anyway, here we go. We're still in the big flamey death pit, minus the big flaminess. It's just a death pit, but we are now exiting. And now we are in this one, which is the coolest of the Bomber Marine levels, because we have to fight this thing. Except we don't necessarily have to fight it, but it will eat us. and getting eaten is actually a level unto itself. And I believe he actually comes up from behind to try again. And I think if you are trying to go for a gold score, you have to actually go through him and then go back, kill all of these things, and then kill the dragon. I'm gonna see if I can see if I can make it without getting eaten by the dragon. Whoa. And we're gonna back up. Oh, we're gonna grab this health pickup, go back, and then get eaten for the dragon, just because I think it's a cool level. But for all intents and purposes, I made it without getting eaten. That actually reminds me. Has anyone out there ever had a long-held belief that just turned out to be wrong and made them feel really stupid? Like, I've had two, and what I just said brought it up to me, so now we're in the dragon. It's, the phrase "for all intents and purposes," I always thought was "for all intensive purposes," and no one ever corrected me on that. And if you think about it, the phrase doesn't make sense, "for all intensive purposes," but that just sounded right to me. And another one I had, looks like there was a thing there. There was. Ow, and I'm dead. Oh well. Anyway, another one I had was, like, for all intents and purposes, I believed that probably until I was 18. Like, way longer than I should have. And if you get eaten, it's actually quicker to get through the level. But I didn't have to get eaten. I went behind it. I got eaten because I felt like it. Anyway, this one I held until I was in grade 6, when I actually tried to correct a teacher of mine who wrote it on the board, which is the first time I ever saw it spelled out. But it was the phrase "obvious," or the word "obvious." Like, for the longest time, I thought it was "oddvious" with a D instead of a B. And actually, and now we have to get shit out by the giant skeleton dragon, which didn't have organs, by the way, so that makes sense. Anyway, I corrected a teacher and said, "No, that's wrong. It's actually with a B," and I felt so dumb. And even now, still a 1. Even now, saying "obvious" with a D still sounds right. Like, I know it's not, and I don't, but it still sounds right. Anyway, we fight Douchey McDouchington again. There he is, in all his Ponzi blue glory. I've made it this far again. Okay, Ponzi, let's go. That drowning out sound is really annoying in headphones. Fight at Adok, which were the bombs he dropped off, and I've been actively avoiding collecting. It's the dimension that created the bombs, I guess. This time I'll rescue the princess for sure, and completely ignore that there's still 2 more levels ahead. And now he's got these little force field generators, which you have to destroy first, which is annoying. But he lost his chakram generator. And then the next one, he has these, and I believe flamethrowers. But, if you're really quick on the draw, you can actually take all of these out before he starts moving. And I'm not going to try and get a 0 score here, because I don't want to waste everyone's time with that, let alone my own. Oh, speaking of my teachers, I've had the weirdest experience with school. At least pretty much up until high school, anyway. Like, in grade 1, I started late. Like, not late like you'd think. Like, I started the day everyone started elementary school, and they basically threw everyone and their parents into the gymnasium and sorted us out. I started 3 hours late, and I showed up about 2 hours early. And the people who were running the event, the school people, I guess, whoever volunteered to sort the people, just ignored me entirely. So I basically just stood in the gym for about 3 hours after gym started. It was embarrassing. But second year, I got my same teacher I had during the first year. And but it was a split class this time. Like, it was still grade 2, but it was grade 2 and 3, and we got like a student teacher, or someone who was just getting into teaching or something. It's like her first year teaching. And as I understand, she's now the principal of that school, so way to go, you. I'd congratulate you by name, but I could never pronounce your name after you got remarried. Grade 4 was a split class, where I had to have grade 5s as well. That was fun. Grade 6 I was actually kind of excited about, because I don't know about you, but grade 6 we kind of had this teaching legend. I believe his name was Mr. Chambers, and he was known as being like the coolest teacher ever. And I got him, and I was so excited. Like, I know as soon as I got that news, I jumped, because that was cool. 'Cause there were so many cool stories about him, and he was just like the fun teacher who just found fun new ways to teach. Literally a week after I got into his class, which was really cool for that 1 week, he had to leave because his wife went into labor. So instead we got stuck with this old lady who was really weird. Like, she was a liar, first of all. Like, she was a compulsive liar. Like, she said a lot of stuff who you could, like, fact check back through your parents. Like, she said, like, oh, I knew your parents through, you know, I do insurance with your parents. Like, I go to my insurance through them, and, like, literally everything she said was a lie. Every month, she would take students out of school and just take them somewhere off campus for, like, lunch. It was the creepiest thing ever. Like, it was a contest or whatever to, like, make her more likable, I guess, or something. She was just creepy. But I was supposed to go twice. I went once. Like, I just skipped out the first time, and the second time I went, okay, this is one of the worst levels in the game just because it's so huge. Anyway, I went once, and it was like to a Dairy Queen, and I literally just sat in a corner and ate a jam sandwich I brought because I didn't want to deal with it, or anyone else in that place. But she was a weird teacher, and I heard on like 3 or 4 different situations, she actually accused her students of being psychologically imbalanced. Like, she said that straight to my face. She thought I was psychologically imbalanced. Like, no, I don't like being around people, and I do have that problem, but no, I'm pretty psychologically sane, thank you. And that was fun, but she was just a weird, creepy teacher. Grade 7 was not great, because I got all these teachers who were actually kind of nice and fun and stuff, and I was chosen because I guess they figured I was... In fact, I remember this phrase too, because it counteracted what my crazy 6th grade teacher said. They thought I was psychologically well-balanced enough to accept getting all of my classes switched, because they had like this new experimental like student-teacher program where they got like a student teacher to teach all the programs except for science, which science was like the one class I wanted to get a new teacher in, because my science teacher was kind of mean. So that was fun. But and then I had like grade 8, I had all of my teachers as like my weird math teacher who didn't speak a word of English, so that was weird. And grade 10 was grade 9 was fairly normal, I suppose. But yeah, I've had weird schooling up to high school. That was weird. And of course I've now since gone to college twice, got a master's degree, and have effectively not ever been hired for anything on a professional level and had to essentially become self-sustainable, which has worked not great, but, you know, what can you do about natural disasters? Not a lot. We're still missing one of those stupid keys. Where is it? Is it? Better be here. Plop. Boom. Drop. Come on. Oh, do I have... No. I thought I had the remote because I just timed that drop perfectly, I guess. Yeah. Awesome. I am legitimately happy to see that. Okay. Dark Maze. This is... Oh, this is the level that introduces the first element bombs you pick up that aren't the normal bombs. That thing over there. And we'll grab it, and I will show you why this is a terrible weapon. Wait, can't do it on those. That won't prove my point. Yeah. Oops. Didn't mean to actually die there. Also, I've never seen a barrel shoot out bombs. But the first element bombs, and that was just me being terrible, but the first element bombs are salt bombs. And that was just me being awful. Also my controller. I'm going to blame that as many times as possible. Game over count 3. Well, 5 at this point. But, yes, you get salt bombs, which are only effective against slugs. Everything else they're completely worthless against. And I believe you can't harm slugs any other way. Boom. And they make a nice little satisfying bubbling sound. Which, I mean, true to life, I guess. But still terrible bombs. Also, I effectively skipped about half the level there. In fact, it was more like 80% of that level. Now you go to Mad Coaster, which is, again, a salt bomb level. And this time we're stuck on this platform while we get shot at. Whoa. We could try and attack those things, but we're not gonna. We don't need to. I've got these mad dodging skills. And crossfire explosions. This is the worst roller coaster ever. And just further cements why I don't like roller coasters. Also the fact I almost broke a rib on one. And I was actually sitting next to a guy who did break a rib on one. It was the only roller coaster I've ever been on. I don't think I've ever actually broken a bone. Oh, that was crazy. I don't think I've ever actually broken a bone. I might have once, but I never went to the hospital to check it out. I might have snapped my sternum. And that's, again, due to poor teaching. In high school, we had this gym, of course, and gym was a mandatory program in grade 10. Once a month, you had to go to this weight room, and every piece of equipment in the weight room had numbers on it, like 1 through 10. 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest. And since I was very scrawny and stuff, I always went with like 3, 4, you know, because I didn't want to hurt myself. Well, what they neglected to mention was there was one machine, and I don't know what it was called, but it was this thing where you had to hold yourself up, and this platform below you would fall, and you would essentially have to count. The weights, like, counteracted your own weight, so you had to kind of, like, hold yourself up against these weights and stuff by these two, like, pull-up bars that would be by your hands, or by your sides. And I'm just gonna reconfigure and completely bork the audio there. But what they didn't tell me is the numbers were backwards on that, and I don't know what was going through my head at that time, but I thought, you know what? I've been doing good with 2 and 3, I'm gonna try a 4. And that probably saved my life, because I held myself up, and I thought to myself as I was doing this, something isn't right. Like, the platform below you is supposed to, like, kind of counterweight, like, rise with you so you have something to support yourself. I was dangling above this counterweight that was just stuck to the ground. And I was thinking, oh crap, something's wrong. Okay. I was trying to work out in my head what I could do. Like, I could I really had two options. I could continue, like, holding this thing, and my arms were giving out at that time. Or I could let go and fall forward flat on my face onto concrete. Oh, I didn't get a 0. Lame. Lame. Anyway. And I didn't have very much time to think about this, because suddenly something shifted in my chest and I heard a loud crunch and I was on the ground. And I told the teachers, and literally, their reaction to this was not, you know, something normal, like go see the nurse or something. No, it was, get up and we're gonna chuck medicine balls at you. And they did that, and that was fun, and I couldn't lift my arms for the rest of the day. And I literally had to walk home in my gym clothes without my backpack or anything, because I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't open doors. Oh, that was fun. And I think I may have, like, snapped my sternum. And I never did anything about it, because, like, I basically took the next week off from school and just never left my bed. And, that might have been the first and only time I broke a bone. First and only time I may have broken a bone, if I did. But, yeah, that sucked balls really bad. Movestone. Now, this is the second level that is interconnected because you're actually opening the way to the final boss. And we're going to see if I can just avoid all of the enemies and beat the level without taking damage and completely die while I say that. I want to see if I can beat this level without getting any points. Death count now, what is it, 6? Well, it's going to be a few more if I'm going to try this without scoring points. It's going to be tough, too. But, move stone. You have to put the little stone objects in the little stone holes for the stone objects. And then okay, screw this. This level's going to be too annoying to do with 0 points. You shove the stones in the little stone things, and then you open a teleporter to the final boss of this world. And that's what this level's all about. And I kind of like the mellow music. I believe this is the same music that played during the garden level, which is cool. Pew! Shove. So this was, I guess, the talking about how many messed up school experiences I've had episode of this Let's Play thing. Although I've got many more. I could talk about how my first attempt to get into college screwed me out of about $10,000, and I got nothing for it. And how I vowed never to go back to that school, and I ended up going back about 5 years later to take a 2-year course, and during the second year, they screwed me out of my second year because their student services sucked ass. But I'm still living that bitterness, so I'm not gonna dredge that up if I can. So instead, I just took a game design course correspondence. And what was cool about it was work at your own pace, and when they said that, they meant it. Like, a lot of people work at your own pace means, you know, get X amount of work done by, you know, by time frame to continue the course. For them, it was literally get the stuff done by, you know, as fast as you can, and we'll just keep plugging you with more content. So when everyone else was taking 15 hours of work a week, I was doing 20 a day, and I got like 5 years worth of work done in one. I got very little sleep that year, and any year since, because I think the year after that, this is the boss. I think he's really cool, although his second form is weird. It's the big killer lion from the wall painting. Anyway, yeah, I got 5 years worth of work done in one. I haven't gotten much sleep since, because the year after that I got someone stupidly, as a birthday present, got me signed up for a Microsoft certification course. I believe you can get turned to stone in this fight, which auto kills you. But yeah, it was like 48 MS certification things, and in order to get one of these certificates, you had to do about 8 hours, possibly 9 hours worth of exams. And unfortunately, my computer at the time didn't work for half the year. So basically, for the second half of the year, I was just plugging away at these exams non-stop. And I got all 48 of them done. And the sad thing is, like, the day I had to go print them, the license on the account expired. So I lost all of the like 480 different individual certificates I earned, because each certification course had like 20 or so like individual certifications you had to take. So that sucked, but I talked to the guy in charge and they basically gave me like one overarching thing that says, yes, you're MS certified like 50 times. Go team. That should theoretically make you very easy to hire by any corporation, and has yet to help me in any endeavor. Although a lot of the time, when I submit a resume to everyone, because I like do blanket resume stuff, half the time I get, you are both overqualified and underqualified. It's like, we can't pay you what you're worth, and you have zero experience in the field you're applying for. It's like, I know that, but damn it. But, I think that's the thing. I think my job in life is to make and analyze video games. And you know what? I'm cool with that. I just like to make money at some point. But I guess that's why I made this YouTube channel, so... It wasn't so I could explicitly make money out of YouTube, because I know that doesn't work, although it would be nice. It was, hopefully, someone will notice me and I can segue this into an actual, like, video game creating job, or something. But, you know, if someone wants to pay me for making reviews and other things, I'm cool with that, because I'm really enjoying it. I'm absolutely terrible at it, and I think it shows, but I'm doing my best, and I love it. Because, you know, I get to do the thing I like most, which is talking about video games and breaking them down to their core elements, which I love. Also, he's got a giant shield, so now you can't hit him from the front. I forgot you could even do that from the start. I thought you always just had to hit him from the tail. This guy's so annoying. It sucks because I can't use the left and right on my controller at, like, full power. And I'm drilling a gigantic ass hole in my hand. Come on. Maybe I'll get a 1 star on this guy. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Although that'll mean I've been here for way too long. I think this is when he gets his instant petrification move. Or something. Because he takes down the shield. Good thing he's slow. I think this guy's really cool looking. Like the giant tank sphinx thing. I like it. It's a cool design. Whoa. It takes a huge number of hits, though. And this guy's second form is nonsensical because he doesn't move. He rides on a platform. But, you'll see that when it happens. We'll score. Yes! Perfect! Awesome, awesome. Who's the man? And now we get to rescue Piebot. Good old flickering. Such a useful technique back then. Back to normal. I love this elevator music. Doom doom. Nitzrog. Which I think was the unnamed... No, wait, it wasn't. I have no idea who Nitzrog is. And that's a mystery that we'll just have to wait into the next planet in day 4 of Bomber Week. Almost perfect score. I should have waited on Nitros. Should have. Lowest score thus far, though. This is awesome. And I will see you next time. Tomorrow. Day 4 Bomber Week, where we go to the Mazone Star, meet some old friends, and maybe try and get a perfect score on the next planet. I'll see you then.